I'm very design oriented, and I've always been heavy with design and artwork in general, or art in general, I should say. And, you know, I think when we design something, you know, our first thought is, all right, we want it to function well, right? And then, you know, for me, then it's, all right, it works. Like this is what we're trying to accomplish. Now let's make it sexy. And so I guess form follows function in our case, right? So what, you know, there's many ways to do that, in the sense that we make, you know, a kitchen work super well, right? Everything's in the right spot. We have storage for everything. You know, your triangle is all set up, like your sink, dishwasher, stove, refrigerator, everything's in the right spot. We know how it's gonna work. Now let's make that space like look good, feel good, you know, be sexy. And that's really when it comes down, like that's part of the design. And whether we work that on paper with a designer or we execute it on site, and it's usually a big mix. You know, the design is, you know, when it comes to something like that, the design is pretty well thought out typically, but it's kind of like a VIF, meaning verify and field. So here's what we're intending to do. Now, based on field conditions, adjust accordingly. And, you know, I'm fortunate enough that I work with a lot of people that trust my opinion on that. So when I start going, I'll ask a few questions and it'll get to a point where they're like, hey, dude, you know what you're doing? You know what we're trying to accomplish? You're spot on. Like everything that you're proposing, we like. Just go with it. And I mean, that tails right into modern design, in the sense that, like, I love traditional millwork. I love installing it. I like the look of it. But modern design takes just as much thought, and really it's actually a little bit more work, because, you know, you can't cover things up with, you know, say a molding. You know, that window rough opening better be dead on, because your drywall return is going to return onto that, and you want your reveals right, and you can't adjust it after it. I mean, you drywall and you board, you're done. Like, that's it. That's your finished product. And if your lines aren't straight, if your reveals aren't right, I mean, your modern design totally looks like shit now.